Struggling to survive the brutal Gauntlet Mode in Black Myth Wukong? Running out of gourd, mana, and patience? Don't worry, I've got you covered. In this video, I'll show you the ultimate build that'll turn those impossible challenges into a walk in the park. Let's not waste any more time and get right to the video. Okay, so here we are with the build. You might have seen this type of build before. I modified it just a little bit in order to give you the maximum benefit, and I'm going to perform 2 of the gauntlets in this video so that way you can see its full effectiveness from front to back. We're going to challenge 3 bosses, and then we're going to challenge the maximum, which is 6. The first one we're doing is a little bit on the easier side, and it's actually a good warm-up tool, so I would recommend challenging that one first before moving on to like the 6-man fights and stuff like that. We are running the Adept Spine Shooting Fubon Staff for its massive critical chance of 25. The attack is great, but it's not amazing as others. Critical is what we want here. We're running the Plantain Fan as well, and we're running the Opera Monobat. You've probably seen a build like this before, even on my channel, and it works for the base game just as well. I do, however, I am on NG plus 3, I believe. NG plus 3 on this save file. And these are the curios that I would recommend bringing into the gauntlet. So no matter what NG cycle you're on, these are going to be a very, very big and fundamental part of the build called the Thunder Flame Seals. These 3 curios right here, so you get as much mana benefit as humanly possible. Why? Because your mana does not replenish when you go from one boss to the next. Neither does your health. But we'll get into more of that here in just a little bit. We are going to be running the Celestial Birthstone Fragment, and we will be using the Amber Prayer Beads to build up focus as fast as possible and launching a full heavy attack. It's about trying to keep your target off balance as much as possible and control the fight as much as possible. The bosses do have new moves, and it's kind of insane. They might break through some of the different things you will do. There's going to be a little bit of dodging involved, but for the most part, you're going to be in control of this fight like 95% of the way through, and it should get you through the gauntlet, no problem. Moving on here into our gourd, we are running the Supreme Gourd, so that way we have the maximum amount of sips, okay? That's very important. And in our drink, we are going to run the Sunset of Nine Skies. And yes, it gives us good health benefit, but we want the extra chi restoration right here. Down here in our soaks, we are running the Turtle Tier, because this is going to be the only way we're going to recover some mana effectively with this build. Now, we are running the Guanyan's Willow Leaf, just in case, because this gauntlet really is difficult. Very difficult. Upon resurrection in battle, you get your gourd uses back, which means more mana restoration. Very important. And because we are leaning into a lot of critical hit chance, we want an extra Tiger Relic in there, just in case. Really bump that number up right there. For our armor set, we're going to be running the entire golden set to capitalize on all of the different ways we're basically controlling this fight, using the spirit skill and the vessel, considerably increasing our attack after transforming. We get a little bit of extra focus as well. But most importantly, we are going to be restoring ki as well from this, as well as our gourd. Now, as you can see, I have all the relics unlocked, so I know there's not really a difference between like NG plus 4 and NG plus 2 when challenging the gauntlet, but I would recommend that you have all of these unlocked, run the game, and have all of these unlocked so you have more talents involved in the fights. Over here in our skill tree, I have everything maxed out, ladies and gentlemen. So I would not recommend challenging this gauntlet unless you have every skill point you possibly can maxed out. Why? Because this gauntlet is unreal, especially if you put the 9 bands on. It's arguably one of the most difficult things ever created in video games, in my opinion. As you see, staff stance is maxed out. Mysticism. You do not have to max everything out here, okay? Immobilize is what we're going to be using the most, okay? As far as our mysticism and our alteration, we may be using Cloud Step. Cloud Step is our safe haven in case we need to drink our gourd and rebuild that chi. For strand, we are running the life-saving strand. Make sure to spec that out. And finally, in our transformations over here, we are going to be using the Steadfast, which is actually the Azure Dust right here. And the reason we want to do this and spec this out, we may not be turning into the transformation, although it is a backup in case we're getting close to dying. It will give us an extra health bar, maybe a little more breathing room. But actually speccing this up will give you more defense, okay? These guys hit very, very hard. Don't forget to do that. Okay, very important, ladies and gentlemen. Use your medicines during this gauntlet, okay? Now, I am on an NG+3 save account, and the only thing I modded on this account are the medicines here. I will say that again because I get a ton of comments wondering why my medicines read 999 and some absurd numbers. This is my test account, so I can create build videos and show the maximized potential of them. I have modded the medicines. I doubt I will be using them in the Gauntlet. However, you might have your hands on some of these medicines. Primarily, the Soul Remigration Pill. This Gauntlet is extremely difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you find yourself in a position where you are very low on your health and you haven't used your life-saving strand yet, use one of these bad boys right here, okay? It will save you from using the life-saving strand. You will come back resurrected, and you should get a couple of extra gourd uses out of that. Hopefully, we will not have to do that because this build itself should be in control of the fight the entire time. Guys, this is your mid-video reminder to go ahead and hit subscribe on the channel, hit like on the video so I stay in your algorithm. If this build video helped you, please let me know down in the comments as well, and what else you would like to see on the channel. Without further ado, let's get into the Gauntlet, and let me show you what this build can do, and then you can get in there and kick some butt. Okay, guys, here we are in the Gauntlet. I turned my camera off for a very specific reason. We'll get into that in just a minute. We're going to go ahead and challenge the Tiger Vanguard fight. We're not going to put any of the bands on. You know, that's for the super sweaty players, and unfortunately, I might fall into that category because, I don't know, I hate my life or something, and I'm trying to do it hitless. I really don't know what's wrong with me. But I want to do this from start to finish just to show you that this build does work. And as soon as the fight starts, I'm going to show you the build, show you that I didn't change anything, okay? So, here we go. As you can see, same build setup as before, same stats as before, and he's going to be running at us. The first thing we're going to want to do is probably dodge out of the way, and then probably hit him with the upper mana bat to start. Okay, so here we go. All right, we're going to go freeze him right there. That's beautiful. You instantly want to go up to him. Oh, well, that's okay. There's going to be mistakes and accidents that happen in the game. And if we get hit, don't worry about it. All right, back up here. Cast the fan. It's not a problem at all. We'll get up to him as quick as we can and start going in on him with a mobile spin. And look at all the criticals we're getting on him right now. Now, the reason I moved my camera is so that way you can see the spirit right there and the fan. I didn't want to block that. Going to hit him with that. Going for some more criticals. And if he gets back up, hit him with the upper mana bat. We're going back in for more mobile spin. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We already have our fan back. All right. And your bones will shatter. Hit him again. Go back in for some more criticals. And that first fight is completely done. Now, towards the end of that fight, for instance, my health was at almost 50%. I could have drank my gourd and restored that because you do get 2 gourd replenishes every time you defeat a boss. All right. So here we go into the Mad Tiger. The Mad Tiger likes to do a dash at you right away. We haven't needed to use our Immobilize yet, but we're going to do this because he's a little bit rougher. A little bit more rough than usual. All right. Give ourselves some time. Back up. All right. Let's hit him with the bat. All right, we've frozen. And we can drink a couple of times. Go back in for some mobile spin. We're going to hit him with that deadly dance here in just a second, okay? Just like that. All right. And this is when we use our Cloud Step and go right back into that fan. You see how quickly we got that back? All right. Now we can go in with some regular light attacks. Once he gets pinned up against the wall. Look at all that tasty damage we're doing. It's still incredible damage. We could freeze him again right here. Let's go and try and rebuild some of the fan and the bat. Just like that. I'm telling you guys, this build is extremely viable for this Gauntlet. All right, let's go ahead and move into the Tiger Vanguard. Now, the one thing you really want to keep an eye on is your mana consumption, okay? If at any point in time you feel like the fight might be overwhelming you a little bit, don't be afraid to go into your start menu and consume a medicine. To hit him with Deadly Dance right here. Dang, just like that. Oh, I don't have my spirit summon, but that's okay. You know what we can do? We can freeze him here. Just like that. Now, before this immobilize runs out, let's go ahead and wind up that fan. Okay? We can drink while we're on the way to get a little bit of mana back right there. He might hit us because he's got some new moves. That fan should take back over. All right? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Let's go ahead and hit him with the spirit skill and freeze him, because we need to build the fan back, okay? As you can see, we almost have it back. There it is. Let's wait real quick. Hit him with that. Go back in. I'm gonna cloud step out real quick. Hit the fan. And boom. We're in control of this fight the whole way. Look at that. We have our spirit summon back. This is crazy, man. This is so good. See how the Amber Prayer Beads are getting our focus back real quick? Effortlessly taken down, guys. That is the first gauntlet. Taken down. No problem. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go into the collective strength challenge here, where we are going to be fighting 6 different opponents. So you can see that this build is incredibly viable, even for something much more difficult. First up, we have the Wandering Wight. And everybody should be obviously very, very familiar with this fight. And for the more experienced players, he's not going to pose much of a challenge. But by the 3rd, 4th, and 5th fight, it really starts cranking up the damage and difficulty. So let's go ahead and do the same thing we did in the last one. We're going to want to dodge out of the way. They like to get aggressive right off the bat. When he gives us an opening, cast that fan first. We're going to go in with as many light attacks as we can, right? Not mobile spin, because we want big damage here, right? We're going to go in with mobile spin when we either immobilize him or we freeze him. So when he stands back up and gets ready to attack, that's when we freeze him. All right, we got all that focus back as well. Let's go in with as many of these as possible. And just keep going, keep going, keep going, because we're going to be able to back out and hit him with the deadly dance right there. All right? Made contact with that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and freeze him again. Wonderful. Let's go back in as quick as we can. Definitely keep this guy off balance if we can. All right. Okay, we're going to drink up right here. See if we can freeze him one more time. We didn't, but that's okay. Let's immobilize him. Sorry, we got our bat back again. Just like that. We're going to get our gourd replenished right here in the bottom left corner. And we're going to move on to the next fight. Okay, up next we have the Tiger Vanguard. We just did this in the previous segment, but we're going to do it again. Later on here in this challenge, he likes to amp up his difficulty just a little bit more than the last one you saw. Okay, we have 4 focus points, so we're going to try and hit him hard, hit him fast, okay? Just like that. Go ahead and use the fan. Okay, he didn't give us a chance to use the fan. That's okay, we're all right. He didn't do that much damage either. All right, try and get over to him as quick as possible. As soon as that fan's about to run out. All right, freeze didn't work. Let's back up a little bit. It's okay. Hit him with that. Now we freeze him. Let's work on getting that fan back. Watch me, fool. All right. Nothing we can do about this attack. We're going to wait for the next opportunity to give this. Back up. Okay. Let's go back in for some more criticals in case we need to cast that bat again. Freeze him. Okay. There we go. So now we're in a position, ladies and gentlemen, where we're very low on health, but we can restore health right away. We got the non-able fight next. He doesn't like to charge at us right away. It'll give us a little bit of breathing room, And what we might do for this fight, because the difficulty starts really amping up towards the latter half of these fights, is we might pop like an amplification pellet. Remember I said to use your medicines. So we're going to kind of walk back just a little bit here. All right, drink. Make sure we're healthy. Let's hit one of these. We can hit a ginseng pellet. All right. And just like that. As soon as he gears up his attack, that's okay. Let's freeze him real quick. Let's get as many criticals as we possibly can. I was back up again. He likes to cover a lot of ground, but that's okay. We got the fan now. We got 3 focus points as well. We're in Deadly Dancing here. Oops, that didn't work, but that's okay. Let's hit him with the Spirit Summon again for a little bit of extra damage. Remember, if you get in any kind of trouble at all, you can always use your Cloud Step, just like that, and drink from your gourd. It'll give you some chi restoration and finish the fight off. Okay, up next, we have the Yin Tiger. Now, the Yin Tiger is definitely a tough customer, especially with him disappearing and reappearing all the time. He doesn't like to be immobilized, I will tell you that much. But we're going to instantly try to go in right here and get some criticals on him. Because we need that fan back. There we go. Just like that, we do have the fan. All right. All right, we need those criticals so we can get the bat back. We got the bat. All right, looks like we froze him. Let's try and get everything back here. If we don't, that's okay. He likes to disappear here. Do a little bit of dodging on your part, because he likes to break immobilize. Alright. Let's see if he'll... We can... There we go. Okay, it didn't work. That's okay. Alright, let's Cloud Step. Because we're in a little bit of trouble here. Hit him with the fan again. There. Alright, let's see if that fan catches up to him. There it is. Alright, he's going to disappear again. Alright. But now we have our bat back, so... Alright. We didn't quite get the freeze. That's okay. Our mobilize is about to come back. Let's wait for the opportunity. Let's freeze him now. If I had to guess, the Yin Tiger might be probably the most difficult out of all this, to be honest with you. We're still doing tons of damage, man. All right. Might be in a little bit of trouble again. Just Cloud Step away. There we go. Now we're at full health. We have the fan back. Let's hit him with that while we have an opportunity. All right. There we go, just like that. Now up next, we have the Scorpion Lord fight, and he is quite a tough customer. One thing we did run out of was our mana, which is why I recommended putting all of those Thunderflame seals in your Curio slots. So there is a backup to this. Thankfully, if you do happen to die and use Life-Saving Strand during this gauntlet, you will get some mana back. So let's go ahead and freeze him right here. If we get that fan back early, that's good for us. All right, we didn't get the fan back, but that's okay. Let's roll out. All right. Many mobile spins as you can when you get up close to him. All right, let's back up. Hit him with that. I have the fan now. It's going to chase him down. There we go. Let's get to him as quick as we can here. We still have plenty of our gourd uses left, which means when we're at full health, we can get some of our mana back as well. All right. So we're in a little bit of trouble. Let's drink up. Let's try and freeze him again. There we go. We got a nice freeze out of that. Rinse and repeat. Do the same thing as before. And we have our fan back again. All right. Just back up. Back up. Boots. All right. Execute the fan. Even though he only has a little bit of health left, you don't want to risk this. Let's actually go back in and mobile spin some more, so hopefully we get some more criticals on him and get the bat back for our next fight. All right. He didn't really give us much to play with there. In fact, I'm glad this happened right here, so that way you can see the amount of gourd uses we get back. With Life-Saving Strand, we also get some mana back as well, so this is really good. This is really good for us. All right, that's fine. All right. Let's Cloud step away because, like I said, he's a tough customer, man. There we go, just like that. My revenge. Now our gourd will be topped off here for the final fight. And now we move on to Yellow Long. Now, again, some of these fights can be tough, and some of these challenges can be very, very rough, and it doesn't go according to plan every single time. But after thorough testing, I have found that this build is the most viable to stay in control of the fight as much as possible. Yellow Long is probably going to be one of the fights where we consume a couple of extra medicines to really crank that damage up on him because he does not like us very much, guys. All right. He likes to come at us here, create some distance, create as much distance as you can. It's okay. Let's Cloud step away. Let's consume a couple of medicines here. All right. And let's drink up. All right. Let's see if we can freeze him right here, which we did, which is beautiful. All right. We might even get our bat back right here. If we do, that's awesome. All right. It gives us an opportunity. We're going to go ahead and crank out that fan. He likes to try and counter the fan with that move right there, but the fan usually takes right back over. All right. Very easy, man. Very easy. Back up. Hit him with the Deadly Dance. Go back in for some more criticals. If he doesn't like to give you an opportunity to do anything, freeze him again. All right. And with a look at that, we already have the fan back. We have our bat back as well. While that stuns him, if it doesn't freeze him, we hit him with the fan. Just like that. Easiest fight of the whole gauntlet right there, guys. And just like that, it is over. Guys, if this video helped you, make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel so I stay in your algorithm. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay deadly. I'll catch you in the next video.